Most people can do a procurement job, only a handful are actually wired for it. I put together a list of the signs, the traits I see over and over in the best procurement people I've worked with. There's 13 of them in total, and I'd love you to tell me at the end of this video how many you tick. Let me know in the comments. These aren't skills you can learn in a course, they are instincts, and some of these may even feel uncomfortable to admit, and that's usually a sign you're in the right one. So I'm going to run through all 13 and let me know. Sign number 1, you're wired to question everything. And by the way, this can be in life in general. Why this supplier? Why this specification? Why now? Curiosity isn't a personality quirk here, it's actually part of the job. So think to yourself, in your everyday life, do you question everything? Do you not take things at face value? Are you always looking to understand before you make a decision? That probably means you're wired for procurement. Most people accept the brief as they've been given, but you interrogate it. That's exactly the type of thing that you would do in procurement. Sign number 2, you're comfortable being the unpopular voice, and let me explain that one. You can say no. You can even slow things down. You can challenge a decision when the room wants speed over common sense. And I know that that's uncomfortable for many people, but for you, it's basically Tuesday. Being liked and being right aren't the same job, and you are able to confidently challenge. You can slow things down if you need them to be slowed down, but you do so because you care and you want the best for the business. The third one, you balance relationships with rigor. So you build trust with the stakeholders and suppliers, but at the same time, you're protecting the commercial outcome. Most people I've met can do one or the other, but rarely both at once under pressure. Sign number 4, you translate chaos into clarity. So if you receive vague requirements, maybe conflicting priorities, or there's unclear ownership, you don't just wait for someone else to sort it out. You turn the fog into a decision and get people to commit to it. And that in itself is such an underrated skill in procurement and in business in general. The 5th sign, you think in risk before it becomes a problem. So contract exposure, supplier dependency, hidden cost creep. You spot it early before it's on anyone else's radar. So it's not pessimism, it's pattern recognition. You've seen it before, you know the signs, you know the warning signs, and therefore you preemptively make sure that the business is protected. If that's how you work, you are custom made for procurement. By the way, if you're liking this video, hit subscribe, like, add a comment. This helps get it in front of other people. And if you want to hear more from me, you can sign up to my newsletter below, where I give away free insights every single week. Sign number 6, you see money everywhere. Not just price, you look at things in terms of total cost. Things like cash flow, margin, demand signals, opportunity cost. So while everyone else sees a quote, they see the price, you can see the whole profit and loss sitting behind it. Just think about that for a moment in your everyday life. When you're looking at the price of things that you're purchasing, are you thinking about the ticket price, or are you thinking about the value? Because if you translate that to where you are in the business world, that's exactly what it's like being good in procurement. Sign number 7, you're calm in commercial conflict. So tension, pushback, a negotiation that's gone sideways, you stay measured while everyone else gets emotional. And that calm is absolutely essential in procurement. It's usually what wins the room. Not the argument itself, it's that ability to just stay calm under pressure. If you're nodding along to these, by the way, when you sign up to my newsletter, then you don't just get the free weekly insights, you get immediately 80+ free cheat sheets when you sign up. And those have been invaluable to so many procurement professionals who are looking to navigate their career. The link is below in the description. Sign 8, you care about outcomes, not activity. You're not the type of person who's impressed by busy, and we've all been there. We've all seen those people who say, oh, I worked so many long hours, I did all these emails, I've got to work till 10 o'clock tonight. That doesn't impress you much. You want impact the CFO actually recognises, and a packed calendar means nothing if nothing moved. You realise that ultimately your role is about driving impact, and you're really clever at prioritising the really good things that matter. Sign 9, you get absolute satisfaction from protecting the business. If a deal lands well, or a risk gets avoided, or a bad decision gets stopped before it happens, nobody claps for that. Certainly not when you're in procurement, but you don't need them to. You know the value you added, even when it's invisible to everyone else. And I just want to say, from my own perspective, this was something I had to learn during my career, because typically when I was growing up, I was a praise junkie. But I realised that actually the sign of being really truly successful in procurement was that people don't even notice you're there, but you know the impact that you've had. Sign number 10, and this is a crucial one, particularly if you're really good at procurement. You play the long game. So you know a good deal takes months, not days, and you're comfortable with delayed gratification. By the way, delayed gratification is such an essential skill set, not just for procurement, not just for business, but for life in itself. But I'm making a procurement video, so I'll keep on track. You're comfortable with delayed gratification while everyone else wants the deal closed today, and you will get that pressure in your procurement role. You will get stakeholders who are desperate to get the deal signed by next week because they feel that they don't need to care about the risks that you know are important. The renewal that's in 18 months is already in your head now. Sign 11, you read what's not written, and let me explain that. You can see things beyond what's in front of you. Maybe it's the clause that's missing, maybe it's the term that's really vague, or maybe it's even the silence in a supplier's answer. You're kind of a pseudo detective there. You kind of know, you trust your instincts. And it comes back to the first bit on curiosity. You know when something needs to be questioned further, and that's where the risk actually lives, not in what's on the page. You've trained yourself to notice absence, not just content. You can spot what's missing. You're intuitive. You trust your instincts. Sign 12, you don't need the credit. Like I just said earlier in the earlier point, the best procurement wins actually look like nothing happened. So no fire, no drama, nothing to post about, and you're fine with that. The win is the point, not the recognition. It takes a lot of self-confidence to be that type of person. I know that in society, typically we crave praise. And in business, sometimes, if we're not getting the praise, we start questioning ourselves. It takes a lot of self-confidence and resilience, but that's not what you need. You know that you're satisfied because you know you did a job well. And the last sign, 13, you hold two roles at once. So you're a partner to the business, but you're also a gatekeeper against it. And I know that that might sound counterintuitive, but most people can only do one of those things well, but you can switch between them in the same conversation, sometimes the same sentence. Remember, your job is ultimately to protect the business. You're the guardian of the value within the business. And that means that you can't be so aligned to single stakeholders, to what's in the present. You need to look years ahead in advance. And that's what you're gatekeeping. But at the same time, you recognize your role is to partner the business, to make sure that the business is able to buy effectively, to be able to drive innovation, to be able to drive service, to be able to improve their return on investment. So you're able to gatekeep and partner at the same time. And that is a true skill set that requires such high emotional intelligence. I know that if you counted more than half of those, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to know how many you counted. You're not just doing a job in procurement, you're wired for it. And I wish more interviews really probed those 13 points. It's not the technical ability that will define your impact. It's, are you wired for it? As you can see from the 13 points, that's rarer than most people think, and it's worth owning. So if you ticked 6 or 7 of those boxes, be proud of it and know that you're wired for it. If you ticked all 13, then you really are brilliantly suited to procurement. Remember, sign up to Procure Bites, my weekly insights plus 80 plus free cheat sheets. The link's in the description. And have a look at these videos next.